welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend, come join us in the live chat or in the comments section with the replay crew. Today on the docket, we have the Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 1, Episode 14, Reunion Part 2. After watching this, I realized that more housewives need to do just 2-part reunions.
Right. It was great. It was
We got
easy. It was simple.
in. Yes. We got everything in. We had some laughs. We had some fights. And that was it. I mean, we started off the episode with that stupid book. That looks so kindergarten.
Right.
If you're gonna let your husband fight for you, make sure that he does it correct.
Right.
I can't believe she was so proud to bring that piece of trash there.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna need y'all to go back to Potomac and Monique, and that's the binder. I'm going. If you can't do it at that level, just don't do it at all.
My God.
In my humble opinion.
Well, Lisa wasn't playing. Lisa was like, "Don't come for my business. This is how we do it in fashion. We license.
Right. And she's
Come
like,
and
ours
check
has.
me." Mm-hmm.
She's like, mine has a belt. She's like, when you license, you
And you
can
tweak.
you tweak. She's also mine has a zipper. It has a belt. I'm like, oh well, Paul Caroline. I mean,
Mm-hmm. And then Caroline,
trash.
the only thing she could come back with, was you were an escort. And Lisa was like, "Well, you was in Jeffrey Epstein's book." And Andy's so
Right.
stupid. Were you in the book?
And she's like, well, yeah. And then when she said with no chill, like, yeah, we were good friends with all of them. I'm like, no, that's not what you say.
But again, she seems to think that that's okay and that she's untouchable. But I love it that Lisa was ready for her. Lisa was like, "That's why you can't get a mortgage." And she's like, "I have a mortgage." She goes, "No, you don't. You were denied."
I was like, oh, ouch. And what killed me was, well, here's what really they were talking about all this and that, and they were talking about who's the richest, and then someone said like, actually, Nina's the richest. They're like, no, she's not, and they're like, and Sarah was like, I think it was Lisa's like, no, she's not, and Sarah was
I
like,
think Nina is, though.
no, but
When
here's
she
the kill
said the
part.
4 buildings.
Look in Al Barat, I was like, and they all looked at her. She's like, we don't talk about money.
And then when she said that, I don't really talk about money. I was like, "Bitch, you got money. You the richest one in this area."
Right? And
But
she was
listen,
just sitting there.
the 3-story penthouse that's 18,000 square feet, the largest housewife house out of anybody, and it's in Dubai. So that means it's quadruple the price out of anybody. Like, she got money. I wonder how they got the money, but she got money.
But it's just the way Nina. I'm sorry, the way Nina acts though. She's like, we don't talk about money.
We don't talk
Don't
about
look over
money.
there. She's like, don't look over here. Don't look over here. That's what she was saying. Don't look over here. Don't look this way. Oh
Well,
my
look,
goodness.
if she stays on here, I really do want her to stay. She contributed absolutely nothing to this other than saying that she was trying to get everybody together for the whole season. But I want to see that 3-story penthouse. I want to see the 4 buildings. I want to see it all.
Here's what I want from Nina. I want more of this Nina who actually spoke up and raised her voice and was firm. I want more of that Nina. I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Nina because she wasn't. I want her to get out of that peacemaker role. It's not happening.
Look what Pearl said. Nina's husband's going to be the one to go to jail on this show.
I mean, well, I ain't gonna say all that now, but y'all Pearl said it, just so you know. But yeah. Let's go down the couches. It's easier.
Yeah.
It was easier though. So we already touched on Nina. She was trying to be the peacemaker this season. She really,
Yeah.
really was. But I think her trying to play peacemaker hindered her first season because she didn't focus more on herself and us getting to know her more. But she may
Mm-hmm.
not want us to know more about her and her husband. But we just know that she's the richest. Okay. That's what we know. So next we want to go to Sarah next on the opposite side.
There was nothing much for
There's
me
nothing
other
right.
than her giving like her diagnosis of Ayan being very defensive due to past trauma.
Now here's the thing with Sarah. Do you think how she says people who have gone through trauma, like they kind of like they wear armor, they wear a shield, and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sarah does the same thing, but her armor is different. She's not defensive. She she in her mind she's sharing what she's learned. And I think that's where the judgmental comes off. So I think what she does is she projects first before people can come at her. If that makes sense. It's hard to explain
Mm-hmm.
because with her,
Mm-hmm.
I feel she has good intentions, but she's one of the people who kind of over talks and talks too much to where you're like, okay, I got you what you were saying, but now you're going a little too far. I think she's one of those people.
See, I feel like Sarah's a whole pack of lies.
Well,
And no,
damn.
seriously. Um, because remember when they asked about the 365 actor that got the tattoo of her name
Hmm.
on him, and were you in a relationship? She goes, "Oh my God, no. I was his manager and business partner." So what? No. So
Well,
then
she didn't. She was lying.
exactly. I just feel like even her preaching is lies. Like, where does it come from? I feel like she sat down with Nick from Seeking Sister Wives and they read the internet all day long looking for like nice things that don't really make sense or are unintelligent or unimaginable to say to people to make them look smart. I just feel
Hmm.
there's something not coming across very genuine with her, and it's coming over like very falsified.
For me, I know what you're saying, but for me, it's more she lies by omission. She strikes me as one of those people. Like she's not lying, but she's not giving you the whole truth.
But listen, you know what? When I started feeling this, she said to Nina at that lunch, the Thanksgiving lunch, I have two ex-husbands, and her son Matuk said three.
Three. Well,
And I was just like, wait, what? Okay.
Pearl's like, nah, she's lying, Jamal. She's straight lying. Sorry, I tried to help you, girl, but hey.
Yeah, like I just feel like she's a house of lies and it's all gonna come tumbling down.
Mm. I can't wait to see her next season, though. I'm intrigued. Next up is Miss Brooks. She didn't give us much either, except for the part where she was in the cabal to kick Caroline off the show. But now they're good friends. Okay.
Caroline, get your act together. She like I thought that she had a good part where she was bringing up the role of color
Right.
in general, right? The whole thing where Ayan and Stansberry were both hurt after their argument, but it was the white woman's tears, boo-hoo. Well, the black woman was crying too, but everybody thought, well, she's okay. She could be strong. Nobody cared about that. And I was just like, that made sense. And Caroline, was it wrong for Sergio to show up on the girls' weekend? Hell the fuck yeah. Don't tell me he was coming to pick you up on a fucking jet ski. Get out of here with that shit. He came to come and sniff your panties and everybody else panties. And he won't wear them right after he sniff them. I'm sorry. Next season, if she comes back, he's got to play a limited role like the other husbands.
Right.
Sorry. Mm-mm-mm.
You know the funny thing is though,
Mm.
I
Mm.
just thought about this.
What?
He's always gonna be with the girls. Here's
Mm-hmm.
why. He doesn't fit in with the guys. Like I can see all the dudes hanging out together.
Mm-hmm.
I could not see him hanging out in that group.
But on the phone, he was hanging out with Nina's husband. Maybe he was waiting for a payday for crypto.
Right. But I couldn't see him hanging out with them in like in a social setting.
He's very immature and childish.
Exactly.
All of these men are grown,
Like
and
grown, grown,
they have no need to be on this show, because you know
and they
why? They
and they
got
lived
jobs.
and they've lived. Like they've lived.
Well,
He ain't lived yet.
it's not even that, because at his age, I feel like he should be a bit more mature, especially if you're like getting married to somebody and taking on responsibility of stepchildren, all that. I feel he's very, like, he behaves like a 12-year-old,
Correct.
a sheltered 12-year-old.
Yep.
Thank you, Pearl. Pearl is just saying everything that we're not. He's a child. Sergio is the real housewife? How dare you, Pearl?
She's not wrong. He's been bucking for that gold bar the whole season. Just saying. So who's next? We've done Brooks.
Um,
I
who
think
was
we
in the
go
middle?
to
Lisa?
Lisa.
Lisa?
Well, we talked about Lisa in the beginning, but she was on ready for Miss Caroline Stansbury.
For everybody. Everybody.
And I found it interesting. And Andy, this is the part about Andy. I was like, this was telling to me. He was like, wait a minute. He's like, you two have known each other the longest. He's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, basically, like, based on the show, you wouldn't know it. I was like, oops, well, Andy.
It's true, though.
But the fact that he did not know that, and the fact that he said that, it was hilarious to me.
Well, we all know he don't watch the shows.
True.
We all know he don't watch the shows. And I'm pissed that they didn't ask no question from you. Jamal, get a juicy question ready.
I try. They be
Ah.
killing me. And like mine, I'm like mine are better than theirs. But okay. But Lisa and Nina. See, here's the thing with Lisa and Nina.
Mm-hmm.
I can see both sides. Here's what I'm gonna say about Nina. Nina, you need to acknowledge, and this was frustrating with Nina. You need to acknowledge how the optics look, and everyone was telling
Mm-hmm.
you this. You warned this woman. It's like, hey, don't trust her, yada yada. And they talked about it. They talked about it on stage, which was good. Like how they weren't friends, they didn't like each other back then. But then you guys got to know each other and you guys became friends. Cool. But here's the thing: when you give warnings about people and you change your mind down the road,
Mm-hmm.
you do have a responsibility to tell that person, like, hey, you know what? Got to know this person. They're kind of cool. Why don't you hang out with us? And
Mm-hmm.
Nina, you say you try to get them together genuinely. Sure, you try to get the group together, but not them specifically. And that's where she fell. To me, that's where she fell flat. Because Lisa was right. It looks real fake and phony for you to warn her about me, but
Mm-hmm.
then you befriend her. And then Andy
Mm-hmm.
said, like something like, people aren't allowed to change their minds. And Lisa was like, you are, but the way it appears is not cool. And I agree
Mm-hmm.
with her on that.
Well,
100%.
where you lost me was like, so you decide not to befriend her because of something that I said? Yeah, we've been friends for like almost a decade.
Yeah, yeah, you're my really good friend. So I'm gonna like go with your opinion.
I was like, wait, so like people who I have known for a very long time and are friends, I trust their feedback. I trust what they tell me.
Because what happened, what Nina needs to also understand, which no one really said, is that when you do that, you set up Lisa with a bias, and when you go
Mhm.
and meet someone with a bias, you're automatically going to be you're only going to be looking for the bad trait that your friend told you about.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
first thing you do is looking for those red flags. You're not looking for the good stuff.
But the thing is that I'm guessing that what Nina told her about Stansberry is actually true.
Right. But when they said Nina called her a belligerent drunk, I was like, damn. I was like, whoa. And Nina was like, well, we talked about that. I told you I said that. And Caroline said, yeah, she's I wasn't fond of you either. She's like, but I never said anything like that bad about you, to be honest. I was like, oops, well.
I don't understand why Caroline put herself in the position that I never say anything bad about anybody. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Your mouth is just as foul as the rest of these people. Again, white
Like Ayan,
fragility.
like Ayan said in the previous episode, we all talk about each other. Quit playing.
Hmm.
Like the first part of the reunion, she said we all talk about each other. Stop playing. And it happens with a group of friends, especially in my experience, especially a group of female friends, especially when somebody's mad at somebody else and all hell breaks loose. But anywho, anything else for Lisa?
Oh, they didn't ask for an update on her dad.
Oh,
That
that's
is so
true.
true. They probably edited it out because he lived. If he had died,
Right.
it'd been more
Oh
dramatic.
yeah.
But he fine.
Yeah, he was getting
He
better
good.
on the last episode. So
Hmm.
who next? So we go
Um.
from Lisa to Stansberry.
Oof.
So basically, there was a cabal to kick her out, but it wasn't true. It was like basically she thinks she's Queen Bee. She's going to run the show, but let's show her. Let's come together and show her that we can have a show with or without her, which is very different, which is accurate. It is a very different thing. So there's no cabal to kick her out, and with
When Andy
her,
asked her, he said, "Why don't you just admit it that you are threatened by Ayan or jealous of Ayan?"
mm-hmm.
I love that because she couldn't admit it, even though she is.
Oh, at her party too. Was it the engagement party or whatever?
The engagement party where they were still talking about her looking like a bride. First of all, you can't look like a bride at the engagement party. It's not the
Right.
wedding. You and Sergio
And it
are
was
dumb.
a whole bodysuit and cape. It wasn't a train, and
She
she killed it.
said, yeah, that's what she said. The train and the wig. She wanted to look like me. No, she didn't.
When Ayan said, "How can I look like you?" and I look like this, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm like, well,
When she said, no matter where I go or what I have on, I will always look better than everyone else. I was like, oh, yes.
hey, Millie Ahmed, welcome.
Hi. Um,
Oh yeah, we know.
no one was wondering how Caroline business does so fast. And surprisingly, or why also out of all of a sudden they have to move to Dubai less than a year later. Stuff is missing in all of this. I loved it when Lisa told her, don't come from my business until you have a successful business that isn't in bankruptcy. I was like, wait, what? Lisa was right about Caroline always attacks her and then plays the victim. Caroline made a scrapbook, attacked Lisa's business, and called her an escort. Yep. Yep. Hey, Millie. We're good. We're good. We hope you're good too. The UK's in mourning. Yeah, we talked about it in our first show. Oh. Well, look. The monarchy rolls on. Mm. Caroline did that in Ladies of London. Isn't surprised she's now in Housewives. Yeah. What else? Her
So
ex-husband lives down the road. Whose ex-husband? Who's
Caroline's.
oh, Kim. Okay. He lives there. I don't know why I thought he traveled. I think I'm getting my husband. Oh, Brooks's husband travels. Never mind.
Yeah. Kim is
Never
still. Oh,
mind.
Kim still lives in Dubai.
Millie, you would have loved my comment from the first show. um, what else was Stansbury?
Oh, and she was upset that Rich, Lisa's husband, called her a influencer. I'm like, okay, like,
But Ayan said point blank, period. But you are.
right.
And no, who said that Sergio was gay? I thought that was the rest of the internet, not any of the ladies.
Right. That was my whole thing. Like, I think it was the internet that said that, not, you know, not none of the ladies. And Lisa made a good point. Your husband came from me on Twitter. I'm like, well, yeah.
Again, wanting to be a housewife. Sergio, stop it.
Exactly.
Then we get to Ayan. Unless we have more to say about Stansbury, but I don't really
Yeah.
remember. We get to Ayan. We talk about what happened to her when she was 5. I thought that was a great scene.
And she explained it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like she explained the differences.
Right, because
And
there's 3 types of
right.
procedures. But she had the one where she was just sewn up, but her clitoris was still intact. But
Right.
when she got married, it was still sewn.
Right. So they had to go. She had to get surgeries.
Oh my God. That is.
Remember, she said she was living in Brazil, married,
Mhm.
and they did a surgery, and I think they had to go back to Kenya to do the final surgeries.
Right, because they couldn't help her in Brazil. Like they didn't understand
Right.
what was happening there.
Exactly.
Well, I guess I would want to go back to the area that did it because I'm assuming that they know how to undo it once the
Undo it.
bride is given to in the wedding. They have to know how to reverse it. If your culture
Exactly.
doesn't normally do that, then I wouldn't want to get fixed there. Oh wow. Oh wow.
And I loved it when Andy
Mm-hmm.
asked her about her aunt, since her aunt was one of the people who was there when it happened when she was little. And I
Mm-hmm.
loved her honesty when she said, like, I hold a lot of resentment, a lot of pain towards my aunt, but now she's fighting against it. She's,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
She's got the
she's leading,
NGO.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's leading the charge. I'm like, okay, like, she's all like, and I'm happy. I'm happy for that. I'm like, and this is the part I enjoy because she's honest in where she's at in her feelings. She doesn't put on for anything. She says what she means. She means what she says. And the way she spoke about what she went through, like to me, she was so articulate. I understood exactly what. And now I've heard of this, and I've done some reading on it
Mm-hmm.
because I know people from some of the countries that do that, and we've talked about it like in the past. But when she explained it to where if you had heard this for the first time, you could understand it. You know what I mean? That makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. It wasn't difficult to
Yeah.
understand. And I
Yeah.
think it was a conversation I'm so glad she was willing to have, and she was so open with it.
But what does she have left for next season? Like I feel like we've heard everything.
I'm hoping she opens a new business or something.
But she has the makeup line coming out.
I know. Oh, that's right. It hasn't come out yet, so I'm hoping we get to see that. I'm hoping. I would love to see, and this
Her
is going to
modeling
sound weird.
agency?
But I know it's weird to say this, but
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see her and Nina become better friends, because I think Ayan would help Nina break out of this little peacemaker shell of anyone. Ayan could bring her out
Mm-hmm.
of that, because Nina, like you got too much money and too much stuff going on. to be as dull as you are. That's just my opinion.
Cause Nina is covering up them bones, them bodies.
Yeah.
You can't scratch past the surface of Nina. You just can't because I just I agree with Pearl. Nina's husband gonna be the one to go to jail on this show.
And I agree with Pearl though. She's like, I need some new wives. I need 3 new wives for this show. I agree with the Blobby where she said keep the main cast for another season to see how they do in their second season. But I need 3 more wives. I do need 3 more. We need another Caucasian lady. We need two. We need 2 more, and we just need 2 more people.
Kira says, I don't like how quickly this show has teams. That's because of Stansberry.
Right, and like it's easy to have teams. The reason why in real life this happens because these are all quote these are pretty much all friends. So they are coming in. You're going to be on certain people's side. Like Ayan and Lisa um, came in on the same team, and they stayed on the same team. If you look at it, like Brooks has flipped and flopped all over the place.
She has switch hitter all season.
Nina stayed in the middle. Stansberry, no one's messing with Stansberry but Caroline Brooks when she's on her side, and Nina, and then you have Sarah who's kind of just there.
Sarah is just there, but Nina faded to black.
Yes,
she just faded away.
Brooks is on team Keep My Gold Bar. That's whose team she on.
She was a mess. I'm gonna need her to do better with everything. I'm gonna need her to stop drinking so much at work. Don't fall into that housewife trap. You in Dubai, girl.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna need Sarah. Something that I found very disturbing with Sarah, because she was real quick to put out of her mouth, I'll deal with you, and meaning, aka, I'll call the police. And she said that to the people of color on this show. I'm not really liking that about Sarah. You're behaving like all of the tropes that we've heard. I don't like it.
I agree. Like I said, I need 3 more wives. Period. This show needs this. I think this show needs 9.
9, but you're not gonna find that many there.
Because here's what's going to happen though: you bring in 9, because you're going to get rid of 2 the next season. That's why you bring in 3 new girls to kind of audition with the cast so you're going to have a season of 9, and then for the third season you're going to get rid of 2 to bring it down to 7, which is the perfect number for Housewives.
I don't know. We got like about 9 or 10 on Beverly Hills right now, and it's exhausting.
It's because they refuse to get rid of people. Like Dorit should have been gone. Lisa Rinna should have been gone. I'm just saying.
So Kira said on Twitter, she was like, yes, you can't trash talk me in my country. It's little things like that about her. Oh, Kira asked, what about Friends of Housewife instead?
The reason why you can't be friends, you need staples, is because, okay, let's be honest. Nina's blah. Sarah is a step up from blah. Brooks is a flip flopper. And Stansberry is kind of meh. So you need more wives. You need more wives to fill them to make up for them.
Okay, so Pearl says, I'm a bit concerned about the backlash of Lisa's outfit in Dubai. It was even much for Atlanta. Wait, there's backlash about her outfit?
Oof. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sarah's a step down from blah. Pearl?
Well, I care more about Sarah than I do Nina personally, but that's just a personal opinion. But again, you need three wives so they can audition. You ditch two in the off season of between seasons 2 and 3
Mm-mm-mm.
because the friends won't play a prominent enough role to make up for the gaps in the current cast.
Potential backlash. Okay,
I
potential.
got you.
Thank you, girl. And Kira said, I haven't seen any backlash yet. I look out for, I think Lisa could handle her own. Um, I saw something here from Lisa. Where was it? I guess I opened it. It's gone from my lock screen, but Lisa is still going back and forth regarding Sergio's attacks on her, I think. Kira says she wouldn't mind keeping Sarah over Nina because I
Yeah,
want to see her crack the facade down. The downfall would be entertaining. But that's why I want to keep Nina because I suspect there's some frigging in the rigging. Lisa's outfit was much more wait, was much for a conservative country like AU was much. Oh, okay, it was too much. I can imagine
hmm
what the real Emirati women would think about it. Well, uh, I think the only person that was basically dressed for an Emirati audience was Sarah.
yeah. She's the only one
The other ladies would all have problems.
except for Nina.
No, well, Nina had her decollage showing and her arm showing. If we really thinking about it, the only person on that set besides Andy who was dressed for an Emirati audience was Sarah.
I
Because you
got
ain't
you.
seen not one of her damn tattoos. She was fully covered up. I'm just saying.
I got you.
We're subtweeting Lisa like crazy and she just had to call them out. Yes. Yep. Yep. Lisa was on Twitter.
Yeah, you don't subtweet. You at them if you got something to say. Come on now, y'all know the
Mm-hmm.
rules. You're an influencer, Stans Vera. You know how Twitter works.
Nina can be the perfect friend of the show after we see her 3-story, 18,000 square foot penthouse.
Right.
Okay, Pearl, we have priorities, we have an objective, we have a goal. Pearl, we have to see that real estate.
And I want to see the 4 buildings too. Since we know that
We,
she owns them, I need to see the 4 buildings. And the
mm,
paperwork to own those 4 buildings too. Just being nosy.
mm-hmm. Andy never does a good job.
Never.
He was worse than Sean from 90 Days. Oh my God. All right, well, anything else? Did we hit all the ladies?
We hit them all. We hit all the points.
What was
This
the
was a good
presents?
season.
What was the presents at
I
the
missed
end?
that part.
The presents. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so each of the ladies have brought a present for another woman in the group. So Ayan brings a gift for Stansberry and she gives her a fire extinguisher. Oh my God. Then Stansberry brings a gift for Lisa and it's a puppet. And she says, Ayan is the puppet itself and Lisa is the hand in the puppet controlling it. Lisa brings a book for Nina, and the book is How to Be a Friend. And she says, well, I'm the queen of giving notes, so maybe this will help you. Nina brings a gift for Sarah. and it's a podcast starter kit. And she wants Nina to start a podcast since she likes to preach so much. Then Sarah brings a gift for Brooks, and it's a trip to the Maldives where they can go together. This was the best gift ever out of all of them. Brooks got a gift for Ayan, and it is another book, the Webster's Dictionary, English Language, and a bottle of lemonade. They were shady to the end. It was a good season. I enjoyed it. The best part of the season, though, for this particular franchise was the soundtrack. I ain't gonna lie. Every single episode, my head was bopping to the music that they were playing. It was generally world music, and I loved it. I loved it. Great location. We could tweak the cast. We just need to see some drama with some of them and get rid of Stansberry, and I'd be happy. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the second season. I want to see how they push forward.
Well, I want to see how the Emiratis push back too. Isn't it amazing that I don't want to see Stansberry House?
I mean, no one cares when Nina's been building like 3 floors and 18,000 square feet. Sorry, that's just the truth. Because all their storyline is going to be is their house and her not wanting to have a baby. And you know there's going to be setbacks with that house because she said once she's not even thinking about having a baby until she moves into her new house. Now, if her storyline is sabotaging the house in order not to have a baby, I would be interested in that. But otherwise, no. Sorry.
I just don't think she's. I don't even think she's gonna do the surrogate, to be honest. The only way that she'll do that surrogate is if she's still on this show and she needs a storyline.
Yes, agreed.
And that's sad. Why is she lying about this baby? Kira! Anyway, anything else about this episode?
No. It was a solid season for a rookie season. I'm not mad at it, and I look forward to next season.
All right, y'all. Well, that was Housewives Roundup Thursday. We appreciate y'all for coming and hanging with us throughout the afternoon. Stansberry is so proud to say she's not maternal. Oh my God. I forgot about that. The only thing she clung to, she was like, oh my God, boarding school was the worst thing that ever happened to me. But look where you are now. And that's because of boarding school, because of all the connections that you made when your parents dropped you off. Just shut all the way up with that. I'm tired of you just whining about everything that was done to you in your life. Take some accountability for some of the things that you've done to yourself in your life.
That's
whatever.
why they sent her there to make those connections, period. Point blank, period.
Exactly. They paid good money for you to get connected. And what have you done with it in your life? Ugh, whatever. Waste of time.
She's an influencer, darling.
A 50-year-old influencer with not that many followers. Okay. It's the quality of follower. Jeffrey Epstein. All right. Anywho, join us tomorrow for TLC Friday, where we'll be doing The Family Chantel, Seeking Sister Wife, and Whitney. And Sister Wife starts back this Sunday?
Yes, Sunday? The 11th. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. The Emancipation of Christine.
Yep.
Wait, did you see the opening logo where they have the rings on the eye and one falls off?
No, I haven't seen the logo yet. I've been waiting.
I love it. All right, y'all. Come back tomorrow. Join us for TLC Friday. Bring all of your notes and let's discuss because Seeking Sister Wives is done now. So we saw the finale of that. That was a mess. And the other two shows were semi sort of interesting. Kind of not.
Pretty much. Anything with Whitney's not going to be that interesting.
This
So
season, Whitney is a bit disappointing.
so for TLC, it's what Seeking Sister Wives and Whitney. Is that it?
And Chantel.
And Chantel. What the? I watched one of them already. Did I watch Seeking Sister Wives? No, I haven't watched any of them yet. Oh my gosh. Oh well, I
Chantel
watched them
was
all
good to
today.
me. Chantel was good
Okay.
to me. But the other two, guys, watch Ready to Love. Pearl, you keep on talking about Ready to Love. I don't know. I think I tried to watch it last week, but I started doing housework. If you can't stop me from doing housework, then
Yeah.
maybe it's because they're in Miami and I don't want to see my hometown.
Yeah. I think that's probably what it is. Like you're not gonna. I'm not gonna watch y'all sit up here and embarrass me.
But yet I'll watch Real Housewives of Miami. But again, the soundtrack.
Right.
Anywho, I have issues. I have issues. All right, y'all. Join us back here tomorrow. Bring your notes. Get ready. We're going to rip apart TLC tomorrow. All right, Jamal. Until next time.
Of course.
All right. Bye.